All right, this is the practice video part 2 of Concertino for violin 3 and viola. So viola, sorry, I'm playing on a violin, so don't let that mess you up as far as when you're watching what string I'm on. But we're going to kind of walk through this piece slowly now and pull out some of the trickier measures, and I'm going to help you with some of the finger patterns, especially in the middle of the first page. All right, so F sharp, C sharp, high 2s, D and A, high 3 on the G string, and for violas, high 3 on the C string as well. So watch all those F sharps and C sharps. And we have one right away, right off the bat in measure 2. So stretch that high 3 out in measure 2 and measure 3. Rhythm-wise, it looks kind of weird in measure 5, second half of measure 4, but remember an eighth note followed by an eighth rest is just a staccato quarter note. So you're playing on the beat, nice and light, and 2 and 3 and 4 and so nothing weird there. It looks crazier than it is. Some bow lifts. Measure 14, I wrote the counting in for you, and 14 and 15, that shouldn't be an issue. So let's go to the hard stuff. Let's go down to measure 22. So as always, when you have something complicated, simplify. Take the slurs out, play it slow, play it in small sections. So here's 22. Let's do the first 2 beats, no slurs. So 22 is going to go... use a 4th finger if you can, more in tune than I just did. And be careful you have a C natural low 2. Let's do that again. And then of course you'll speed it up from there. And then add the slurs. And of course it needs to go a little faster yet, but you can do that in your own practicing. This last beat of that measure is just a scale going down. Not a big deal. Just going down a scale. And now the next measure, we've got some D sharp accidentals to worry about. So you're going to play these as low 1s on the D string. Remember that the accidental carries through for the whole measure, so you have one in beat 1, and then you also have the very last note of that measure is still D sharp low 1. So let's do this measure really slow for a sec. Here's the first 4 16th notes. Just slide it back that half step and then move it back up to a regular E after that. So again, then you jump down to your B, and then you come down a scale, and then it's the same notes again with that D sharp. So just get used to pulling back from your knuckle for the D sharp, work that up to tempo. And now I think the coolest measure out of the entire song for you guys, right here at 24. I love this part. So the pattern is you have the first note of the 16th pattern, first note of the 16th group, then B, A, B. So your first notes can be changing, but the next 3 are all the same. So you've got 1s, then a 3, F sharp, 3. And when you do it fast enough, it just sounds super cool. So again, work as slow as you need to, and then pick up the tempo. Coming out of that, you have a little weird fingering situation too. You have a C natural accidental, but the next note's an F sharp, and we don't want to go from low 2 to high 2 in the middle of a slur. It's going to be too smeary. So you're going to go low 2, low 3, just lay that right over on your high 2 tape. Now we're going to, in the bow break, as we switch to an up bow, move your 3 up to its normal spot and finish with an A 4th finger. So slowly it goes. And then with the slurs in quicker, and then you finish with a after that. So that's going to be the hardest part of the whole piece for you guys, just like a measure and a half, measure and a beat, basically. All right, so take that slow, spend some time working on that. I want to show you one last measure. If you look at the bottom of page 1, or sorry, for violas, it's measure 39, second half of 38. You have some G sharp accidentals both on the G string and on the D string. So some high 3s and also another low 1. So this is the second half of measure 38. We're going to start on the open G, then a low 1, move it up to a regular one. Now use a fourth finger here so you don't have to jump 2 strings. Put your 3 right behind it for G sharp. 2 ones and back over. Back to your 4. G sharp, E. So the same 3/8 note pattern or 4/8 note pattern 2 times in a row. So again, if you use your 4 and then get your high 3 right behind it, that shouldn't be an issue. Now if there's any other parts giving you troubles or you have questions about anything, please come and ask.